This year is the 714th birth year of Mevlana Celaleddin Rumi, who at his early age had to travel all the way from Belh, Afghanistan, with his family, finding refuge in Konya, Turkey, eventually. Rumi's family was seeking refuge and safety. This journey, when Rumi was a little kid, inculcated in him the value of seeking true refuge and absolute safety in the presence of God. Today, literally, is the day. 17th of December is the time when he passed away. And we are technically, according to the Islamic calendar, on the 17th of December, even though this is the 16th of December. As it seems, is the day when Rumi passed away and wanted it to be called Shebi Aruz, meaning the day when he was reunited with God. So now I'd like to invite Hamza Bilgic to do the call to prayer, and then he's going to recite a couple of verses from the Quran in which I'll give the meaning of. And afterwards we'll have Yuval and Ensemble who's going to perform several Sufi songs plus some stories from Mesnevi, one of the masterpieces of Mevlana Celaleddin Rumi. So Imam Hamza Bilgic is Imam, Qari and Hafiz. He's the reciter and the memorizer of the Quran. He can read Quran in different maqamats, in different tones. So he's going to do the call to prayer, which means God is great. I bear witness that He's the one. Muhammad is His messenger. Come to prayer, come to peace. God is great. He is the only one. And the verses that he's going to recite is right here. Which is about Abraham. Abraham refused celestial worship. We also showed Abraham the wonders of the heavens and the earth, so he'd be sure in faith. And the next verse is, when the night grew dark upon him, he saw a star and said, this is my Lord. But when it said, he said, I do not love things that set. Then when he saw the moon rising, he said, this one is my Lord. But when it disappeared, he said, if my Lord does guide me, he will certainly be one of the misguided people. Next verse. Then when he saw the sun shining, he said, this must be my Lord. This is the greatest. But again, when it said, he declared, O my people, turning to his people, O my people, I totally reject whatever you associate with God in worship. And the last verse says, I've turned my face towards the one who has originated the heavens and the earth being upright, and I'm not one of the polytheists. So please help me welcome Hamza Bilgic, and then we'll have Yuval and Ensemble. Here's Hamza.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على حي على حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وكذلك نري إبراهيم ملكوت السماوات والأرض وليكون من الموقنين فلما جن عليه الليل رأى كوكبا قال هذا ربي فلما أفل قال لا أحب الآفلين فلما رأى القمر بازغا قال هذا ربي فلما أفل قال لئن لم يهدني ربي لأكونن من القوم الضالين فلما رأى الشمس بازغة قال هذا ربي هذا أكبر فلما أفلت قال يا قوم إني بريء مما تشركون إني وجهت وجهي للذي فطر السماوات والأرض حنيفا وما أنا من المشركين صدق الله العظيم.
Assalamu alaikum. We are very happy to be with you tonight to celebrate Rumi's wedding night. I'm grateful for Attila and Pacifica for inviting us. And I'd like to share a few things before we start the program. One is that the poetry of Mevlana that I will recite is English translation, new English translation, that was translated by my friend Banafsheh Sayad. And she's from Iran, and she translated directly from the Farsi to the English. And if you're familiar with the mystical poetry of the Sufis, you know that whenever they mention the word wine, they don't mean a bottle of wine, of course. It's poetry, it's a symbol, and for them, wine is the love of God. So it's another symbol. And one last thing is that the story that I will tell you comes from a book that I wrote called Divine Attunement. And it's a story about how the dervishes start to turning and why Mevlana started this tradition of the whirling dervishes of Turkey. And there are many stories why Mevlana started turning. And I will share with you tonight my favorite story about why it started all. So please enjoy. And if you'd like to clap and to sing with us as we chant the sacred names, sacred words, you are invited to chant and to sing with us. Let's make it not a concert, it's not a performance. This is, imagine we are all sitting in a courtyard in Istanbul in a big gathering, and we are all brothers and sisters celebrating together. So feel like you are at home. Whoever you are, a wanderer, a worshipper, a lover of living, it doesn't matter. Ours is not a caravan of despair. Come, even if you have broken your vows again and again. Come again. Come.
To join us for an Ilahi. Even the whole world is choked with thorns, the lover's heart will stay a rose garden. And even if the wheel of heaven grinds to a halt, the world of the lovers will keep on moving, keep on turning. Every being could be filled with sadness and sorrow, but the lover's soul stay tender, vibrant, and light. Wherever a candle is dead, bring it to the lover, for a lover can shine 100,000 rays of light. A lover may be solitary, but the lover is never alone, for the heart's companion is the hidden beloved. Mount the stallion of love and do not fear the path. Love's stallion knows the path exactly. With one leap, love's horse will carry you home, no matter how uneven the path may be. Hamza and Malek, our new friends. Thank you. Thank you. Mashallah. We are very, very fortunate to have with us Master Masik Ashagi. He is a master of a traditional Persian drum called tombak. And so we're going to enjoy the delight of hearing the tombak. Jalaluddin Rumi was a great scholar of Islamic law. He had many students who came from all over the Middle East to study with him in Konya. But then one day came to Konya a strange sage. His name was Shams of Tabriz. Shams, the sun in Arabic, from the city of Tabriz. And Shams used to be a wanderer sage. He would appear and then disappear. He hated to write anything, and so he never wrote a book. And if he noticed that one of the students back there was taking notes, he would walk slowly next to that student in the back row and whisper in his ear, "I will deny anything that you write." That's how he was. Shams of Tabriz. He was a great mystic. And when he met Rumi realized that now he will begin learning not just to love the Creator through the intellect, through Islamic law, but also to love the Creator through the heart. And he and Shams began a divine conversation. And out of this divine conversation, and as Shams became Rumi's greatest teacher, Rumi began writing the wonderful poems that he never ever written before. Only at that time, when he was already in his mid-30s, he began writing all these wonderful poems that are inspiring and teaching us today. And then, one day, Shams disappeared, as he always does. And Rumi's heart was broken. He didn't know why just now, when he finally started writing this incredible divine poetry, all this poetry that came to him that is beyond words. He managed to express the things that are beyond words in words. And just now, when his greatest teacher came, and the poetry came out of him, and the teacher disappeared. Why? And some people said to him, Rumi, it is your students. They were jealous that you're not spending much time with them anymore. And they killed Shams, and he's buried over there. And Rumi searched all over Konya, trying to find the burial place of Shams, but nowhere he could find Shams. There was no burial, there was no witness, there was nothing. And some people said, oh, we saw Shams in Damascus. He's sitting in a cafe and playing sheshbesh with Saint Francis, who just came from the Holy Land. And he's learning from Shams how to be a great saint. And other people said, oh, rubbish. Shams is not in Damascus. Shams is gone. Forget about Shams. But Rumi couldn't forget Shams. And he went all over the Middle East looking for Shams and not finding Shams. Until one day in Damascus, in the central square near the market, he heard the voice of Shams. And he turned around, but there was nobody there. And suddenly he saw Shams standing by the spices stand. And he ran and he grabbed Shams and turned him around, but it was another man. It wasn't Shams. And then he started hearing the goldsmith in the market hitting their gold with their little hammers. Cha, 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 cha. And he started hearing Shams' voice, but he couldn't see Shams. And so he started turning and turning, looking for Shams, hearing Shams, but not finding Shams. Seeing Shams, but not finding Shams. But he heard the voice and he kept turning and turning faster and faster as the goldsmith hit the gold. And then he heard the holy names, the holy name. He heard it. Then he fell down to the ground and he realized that there's no need to search anymore. He realized that Shams is in his heart. There's no need to look for Shams because Shams, like all the answers, are in his heart. The teaching of Shams are in him. There's no need to look, only to look inside his own heart. Just like in the sound of the goldsmith hitting the gold, he heard the holy name. Cha, cha, cha. Allah, 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 Allah. to Jerry Papish on Duff. So this drum is called Duff, and Mevlana Rumi wrote one poem about the Duff. And here is the poem. This is an ecstatic poem that Mevlana wrote. If wheat sprouts out of my grave, the bread you will make from it will make you drunk. The dough and the baker will both go insane. And the oven that baked that bread will recite intoxicated verse. If you come to my grave, my tomb will seem to dance. Don't come to my grave without a duff. To my grave, you bring the frame drum, brother. For there is no place for grievers in the beloved's feast. The beloved has created me from the wine of love. And I am the very same love, even if death grinds me down. My soul will not linger for even a single moment. It will fly to the tower of Shams of Tabriz. join us. Without them, it wouldn't be the same. Thank you. Thank you again for Attila for organizing this beautiful gathering, and all of you for coming, and the beautiful people of the Pacifica Foundation, and always doing beautiful things that bring people together. So I'm very happy to be here and always work with Attila and his friends. Whenever I meet the friends from Pacifica, and I meet them all over the country, just they have different names to the foundation of the Fandi Kulan. All the people that I meet, Denver, Boston, New York, Philadelphia, anywhere, it's always open heart. SubhanAllah. So thank you very much for Please sing with us a simple prayer for peace in the Middle East and all over the world. With two words, the two words for peace in the Middle East, Shalom and Salam. Thank you for singing with us, and hopefully all of us will go into the world as ambassadors for peace, for shalom, for salam, and each one of us could affect all the people around us if we hold to it really strong.